His Excellency the Governor. Your Excellency the Governor of Bauchi State and my dear brother, Your Excellency the Deputy Governor, let me stand on all due and existing protocols on the people on the side of my brother the Governor, and then try to introduce some of my entourage of those who came with me. Mentioned, you didn't do the introduction very well, Monsieur Lakin. Our dear informal Minister of Finance, Nadir Suman, and then Tanko Yunusa is the coordinator of the obedience, which is the group. Let me stand on all your existing protocols. Your Excellency, I thank you for the opportunity of this audience that I'm meeting this morning. I'm sure the press, I wasn't expecting this. I'm sure you'll be wondering why this meeting and everything. I came here basically to discuss about our dear country, to consult. Being the chair of PDP Governors Forum, being a critical person in Nigerian politics today, and what our country is going through, I felt it's necessary for me to come and discuss the future of our dear country with him. So it's just a consultation and discussion meeting that will continue to go on as we talk about the future of this country. All of you are aware where we are today, what is happening in our country and everything. And if we have to discuss that, you have to discuss with issues happening in the North. Like I've told the Governor today, that the North is a critical component if we're going to get it right in this country. I'm a firm believer, and I say it and I preach it anyway, that I go when people say to me, there's so much criminality in Nigeria, especially when people talk about the North. And I say, no, there's poverty in Nigeria. You have to deal with the issue of poverty. Until you solve poverty, you can't talk about criminality. Because if people don't know where the next meal will come from, nobody can hold what they can do. We can see poverty in the North, but there's also a future that is everywhere. We can make more money today. Nigeria can be rich today from agriculture that will make for more yield. And I could see vast or cultivated land. That's what I've been telling the Governor. Everywhere I go, I've been visiting everywhere in the world. I just came back from a visit to Indonesia, the highest Muslim country in the world. And I went with 2 Muslims and I asked them a question. Can you see what we're seeing here? Every land is cultivated. There's education. There's everything. So why don't we do the same thing? We need to invest in these critical areas to put people out of poverty so we can reduce criminality. We need to invest in it so our children cannot continue going towards drugs and all this. We need education. We need to care about their health. But as you can see in the political space now, we're not discussing all this in the political space. What we are discussing now in political space are mundane things, whether it's budget padding, whether it's sexual harassment, whether it's... And people are hungry. We need to discuss hunger. We need to discuss poverty. We need to discuss education. We need to discuss health. What concerns them should be the priority of the political class. We are not in Nollywood. There's people whose job is to do entertainment. We're not in the entertainment business. But the entertainment business, those of us in politics have not taken to entertainment. So every morning we come up with one story that does not concern the people. It is time to preoccupy our time with discussion of the people. And that's what I came to talk about. Talk about issues that are going wrong in different states. That's what I came to see, His Excellency, the Governor. Like I said, it's an ongoing discussion. It's an ongoing thing about collaboration. You see me say it a way, I want us to collaborate. I want us to come together as a body and everything, but I want us to discuss what we are going to do together to build a better place for our children, to build a better Nigeria. That is more critical than anything. That's why we're here. So I thank you, Your Excellency, for this opportunity. And I assure you that will be the continuation of my visit, not for us to act any film, but to make sure we discuss about the future of the people. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Excellency, Mr. Vito Obi, Commander of Order of Niger. At this juncture, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have the honor to invite His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Bala Mohammed, CEO and Kauran Dauda Osmania.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the former governor of Anambra State and the last but not the least presidential candidate of the Labour Party, who was almost the winner of the election that we knew that happened in 2023. His Excellency Governor Obi, my brother, my colleague, the Deputy Governor of Bauchi State, my sister and my colleague too, the former Minister of Finance, Nanadi Osman, and of course my brother Udenta, who was my DG in the failed campaign that I did for the presidency. And then of course the DG of the Nigerian Governors Forum at PDP, and some of my colleagues here, our colleagues in the media. Good afternoon. Today we are pleasantly visited by one of the foremost statesmen in Nigeria, Governor Peter Obi, presidential candidate of the Labour Party, with whom we have a lot of respect and admiration because of his style of politics, because of his statesmanship, his versatile nature, his huge knowledge of the economy, his understanding of the country, and of course, even a clear vision of where politics and politicking should be in terms of bringing good governance, impacting on the people, uniting the country, bringing us together in a vanguard that would be able to bring us out of poverty and ignorance, and also to remove some of these prejudices, some of this perception problem, some of those negatives that we have, encumbrances that we have as a people, so that we can leapfrog into the service level of the economy. Definitely it's a delight to work with him and to listen to him, his deep knowledge, his statistics, and so on and so forth. And we in the PDP, as chairman of my colleagues, the governors, we have always admired him. And we have always shown interest because behind the scene I have been meeting him. This is not the first time we met. In fact, I met him in Abuja and I was going to meet him, but out of his normal humility, he decided to come here. And we discussed so many issues, as he said. We discussed step-by-step challenges, like the challenges in rivers. He may not have anything to do, but he discussed, and I feel highly appreciative of what he is doing as a leader of the opposition, because whether we like it or not, he is the leader of the opposition now in Nigeria because of his position and pedigree. So I want to say at this level not to make some of those doubting Thomases and mischievous minds preempt what we are doing. That we, as myself as a person, I'm ready to work with Peter Obi. And to make sure we come together, we close rank, we bring good governance to the country, we give vibrant opposition with knowledge, with timelines, with vision, in such a manner that we will rescue and recover our country from these mediocres that are parading themselves as leaders. Definitely, time has come when we must step out and we do things with fidelity, with sincerity and focus. And I think our coming together is a message. And the message is going to resonate, I believe, because all our colleagues, the governors, are behind this kind of journey because it's a transcendental one. And I want to say that we are very grateful to Governor Obi for being here, and we will take it up and take it further in a manner that going forward, you will see more of this outing between us and Governor of the PDP governors and PDP as a party. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency. Your Excellency, we want to grab your indulgence. Our colleagues will ask 1 or 2 questions.
Okay, 3 questions. Your Excellency, I'm Isiaka Ismail Wunti from Radio Nigeria. Your Excellency, you may need to explain for the benefit of public the definitions of coming together that you want from the side of His Excellency. Do you mean that you are inviting him to join your party, or the proper definition of coming together to avoid misconception?
It is just a matter of semantics. Coming together is coming together. They are coming together to work together, irrespective of party, irrespective of region, irrespective of religion, irrespective of anything. As statesmen, as Nigerians, and as politicians, and because we believe in one thing, that is service to the people. That is the meaning of coming together.
Sir, with due respect to Mr. Peter Obi, I will first of all talk on a lighter mood. My name is Bala Mohammed from the Voice of America. Sir, you are visit to, I don't know how you would react to all the happenings in Nigeria now.
It's now 1,006. So it's done very well. The rice was about 30,000. It's now over 100,000. Beans was about 40,000. It's now over 100,000. I can go on and on. Everything have doubled and tripled. Fuel was about 200, 300. It's now over 1,000. So you can say the government has done very well as they promised. And that's what we must all know now. The governor has just said, we are coming together for the future of this better society our children will live in. It is not about ourselves again. We have been wasted enough time in this country. We now want to invest. Yes, you're right. I'm dressed like Indonesia. I want Nigeria to be like an Indonesia. A president was sworn in Indonesia in 2014. Another one was sworn in Nigeria in 2015. So 2 governments came in. By 2024, 10 years after, that government in Indonesia moved their GDP from about 800 billion to 1.5 trillion. Per capita from about 3,000 to about 5,000. In our own, our GDP in 2014 was over $500 billion with a per capita of almost 3,500. By 2024, we were down to GDP of $200 billion and per capita of below $2,000. That is the difference. So if I wear this, I'm wearing it out of, this is where we want to go. We want to have improvement. We are a country of about 230 million. Indonesia is about 280 million. They have about 4,000 universities. We have less than 200 universities, less than 5%. I can go on and on. I traveled to Indonesia with 2 of my colleagues who are Muslims. And I asked them for after 1 week of visiting everybody, including the former president and everything, did you see one Almajiri here? Not one. Reason, they invested in education. I have been and financing and supporting about 3 Almajiri schools now, all right? up to 4 of them. And they I found the most brilliant people in the world. Young kids in their 10s were able to memorize the Quran. If they can't go to school, I'll take school to them. Because they will learn engineering there. They will become doctors from there. They will take everything from there. We want to put them out of poverty. I want the Lord to return to where the industries in Bombay, Shradan 1, Shradan 2 in Kano is working. We want to see the textile companies in Kaduna. We want things to change. So it's not about anything. Things hasn't changed. Things are deteriorated. That's exactly what it is. And that's why we want to turn it around. That's why he said with timelines, it's no longer, Nigerians are not fed up of promises. We want to invest in critical areas of development, education, health, and pulling people out of poverty. That is not the news you see here. The news you see in our country today is the news of every day one drama or the other. We want to end the drama so that we can watch film in the evening, discuss normal business in the day.
Your Excellencies, my name is Hajar Ali. I work for Channels Television. So let me be more specific here. Did your discussion also include potential political alliances for 2027 election? And what kind of collaboration do you anticipate? You also spoke about national issues, like you said. And how can you use your various platforms to resolve the problems in Nigeria, looking at that you're from different political parties?
Thank you. We just started discussion. You can't consummate a marriage in one day. Do you hear? You have to meet and talk. We just started, I told you we've been talking. We just started talking. But the most important thing is that our talks centered on issues that bother the ordinary Nigerian. We want to see a Nigerian where a child of nobody will be somebody. Because we were once child of nobody. When I was coming here, she was telling me her background, what the parents used to do, how she grew up and was able to go to federal government college and became a minister. I used to go to school in my own parents' car, the same school with the driver, my mother's driver. The children were in the same school. Today is all finished. We want to give a Nigerian child a hope, a future to live. That's our discussion first. And when you find all this is working together, you remove all those elite conspiracy of tribalism, religion, all sorts of things they use to measure themselves. We want to see you now as a competent person who have the capacity, compassion, no longer telling me the reason I have to follow you is because you're from here. We have voted tribe. We voted the religion. We now want to deal with competency, and capacity, and compassion. Because we want to move the country forward. So these are discussion is ongoing. And I'm sure, my sister, you'll be part of it. We want people like you to thrive. No longer what we're doing here, where people get up and say, no. We want to empower women as well. They should be able to hold 25% effectively in our political consideration and corporate world. Because women are engine of growth. They care about family. These are things we want to do. But that's going forward. Thank you.
If I may add, he has said it all. Our collaboration transcends party, religion, geopolitical zones, or personal petty interests. You see, the government in power relish in being undertakers in different parties. We will use knowledge, tact, and strategy to transcend all this, to go beyond their estimation in such a manner that will come with a framework that will give you us latitude to actualize our collective aspiration of providing good governance to Nigerians, irrespective of the bad interferences, permutations, or plans of those people who think that they can scuttle democracy through all the means that is in their hands, through the power of coercion, or even interference in the judiciary and so on and so forth. We will transcend all that, and that's the plan. Thank you.
Finally, we thank God Almighty for providing what is required to see the success of this meeting. We appreciate the two eminent figures in the Nigerian political landscape, that His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, CON, and His Excellency Distinguished Senator Bala Mohammed, and the distinguished guests in our midst. Thank you and God bless you all. National anthem, please.
See